It is I, Grandpa, sayer of spoilers, king of knee pain, and loser of eyeglasses. So, episode 3, everybody. I'd like to say that I saw this episode, but I think there might have been something wrong with my television because it was so dark the whole time, I could barely see anything. I mean, I've heard of being left in the dark before, but WTF, GOT! So, the episode starts back at the castle, right where we left everybody. Dinklage heads off to the crypt, which I think is a good idea because, he'd probably just wind up being a snack for a zombie. Like they'd eat him up like a Ritz cracker. And then all of a sudden we cut to the front lines. The whole gang is gathered, ready for battle. The tall woman's there, Jaime, the Hound shows up, sword builder guy, Ross, Rachel, Chandler, Monica. They're all on the front lines outside the castle waiting in the dark. Then, out of nowhere, comes Little Red Firehood. That lady, and she shows up out of nowhere and lights the entire army's swords on fire. And she's all, E pluribus unum donde está la burro a fuego, E pluribus unum donde está el fuego, and whoosh, fire time! Everyone lights up, and they charge into the darkness, and then it's game on, and the swords are on fire, and spoiler alert! They run into an unstoppable zombie army hiding in the darkness, and boom! All the people with fire swords are zombies now! Meanwhile, up on the mountaintop, Jon Snow and Dragon Mama are having an uncomfortable moment, and they don't even have a goodbye kiss. They're just like all tense and upset. And then they hop on the dragons and off they go into the sky. And then, I'll tell you one thing. As I'm watching all the zombies eat all the people on the ground, I'm thanking myself that I don't have smell-o-vision on my TV because then I know what it would like. What? Huh? This just in. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, smell-o-vision. Good thing I don't have it, because if I did, then I know what it would smell like when 1,000 soldiers all crap their pants. It was scary, people. Zombies are everywhere. It was crazy. And then, it's dragon time! And not a moment too soon. Because you know what? I was kind of starting to question the logic of how every single main character is on the front line of this thing, and everyone seems to be surviving somehow, but like everybody else gets eaten by the zombies. But I'm not going to get into a quandary on the logic because, dragons, fire-breathing dragons. And then, all of a sudden, cut to zombie fight. And then cut to the crypt, where it's like super tense in there, because everyone's like freaking out. And then cut back to dragons, and then they're looking for the zombie dragons. And then cut back to pull back. And then cut back to the dragon fight. And then everyone retreats for 20 minutes. Almost like 30 minutes of retreating. So much retreating. I mean, they have a lot of people, so they all have to retreat. And they're pulling back. And then they try to light the trenches on fire, but then the dragons can't see the signal, so they send in Little Red Firehood again. So Paula Cole comes back out, and she's all, where have all the dragons gone? And she also kind of looks like Vera Farmiga, which I thought was interesting. And then she looks like her firepower is not working. And then Little Red Firehood, she's all like, E pluribus unum donde está el burro, el fuego, E pluribus unum donde está el fuego, and then the fire comes, and it lights up the entire trench, and we can finally see something, which is nice, because, we're watching a program on television. It'd be nice if we could see it every now and then. And then cut to the Hound, and he's having a PTSD panic attack in the corner, and then cut to the crypt, boring chit-chat in the crypt, and then cut back to Bran. He's at the creepy tree, and he goes all three-eyed raven on us. Or maybe it's a crow. I don't really know. Is there a difference between a crow and a raven? I mean, I'm going to have to Google that one later. And then, spoiler alert! The fire does not stop the zombies. Then, finally, the best part. Needle shows up, and she starts using her special sword to off a bunch of zombies. It slices, it dices, and it never loses its edge. Ginsu, when only the best will do. Then the little girl, she kills a giant zombie, and then, you know what? Actually, this episode was kind of like an SNL sketch. Looking for the hottest club in town? Try Winterfell. We got zombie giants, midgets, PTSD, dragons, trees, kids in wheelchairs. And then, to be honest, I fell asleep. See, I drink scotch when I watch Game of Thrones, because, I don't know, it's like a celebratory thing. And then I passed out around the time that Needle got to the library with all the zombies. And then I woke up again when the Night King finally reached Bran. Or is Bran really the Night King? Think about it. Spoiler alert. Think about it. Then, cut to dragon fight! And then, it's basically, the rest of the episode's basically like zombies, 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 zombies in the crypt, zombies on the roof. You get the idea. There's a lot of zombies. But then, the big moment. Spoiler alert for real this time. Arya, for the win, people. She comes literally out of nowhere. Talk about logic. How does she get there? Where does she come from? How does she leap so high in the air? How come no one heard her coming? Is she a ninja? And then she stabs the Night King. And it's game over. All the zombies die. And it's so good. Such a rewarding episode. It was amazing. The longest battle ever filmed. And as we say, what do we say to the god of death? Not today. Words to live by.